Well, welcome back. This is Column Charts Part 2. You've already made this one on Sheet 1. I hope you finished that. Let's go see what's next. We're going to make this simple pie chart. Billy scored 79, Brad 85, Patricia 82, Pamela, she got 105. So, of course, Billy won because they're playing golf. So we're going to make a column chart that looks like this. Let's look it over really quick. It's got a title that's red. It's got data labels that are yellow. I want you to go make this. I'll help you get started. Now, you're going to leave A1 blank, aren't you? I'll help you get started, and then you make the rest by yourself. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do Add a Sheet. Here I am on Sheet 2, and I'll put in the names. I'm going to keep A1 blank. Let's see if I remember their names. Billy was there. Brad was there. Patricia was there. Pamela, isn't that right? And let's see, put in the scores. Billy scored 79, enter 85, enter 82, enter, and 105. Now you got to tell people, what are these numbers? Billy's not 79 years old. Brad's not 85 years old. These are golf scores. Enter. Now, you go make the chart, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I hope you were able to make golf scores on Sheet 2. I made one. It looks like this. I'm on Sheet 2, and it looks very good. All right, let's go see what's next. When you use a legend, when you're going to graph more than one thing, in this case, Angel has two numbers, and Breck has two numbers, one for cards and one for vases. We haven't done that before. We've always had Angel is just one number, and Breck is just one number, and Cassie just one number, but now they have two numbers. So there's a little trick to that. Here's an example. We're going to create a simple column chart out on Sheet 3. In March, there's two numbers. Bob had 35 and Alice had 31. In April, there's two numbers. Bob has 34 and Alice has 41. In May, there's two numbers. There's Bob has 28 and Alice has 39. So how would you do that? Well, here's what you do. First, you notice that each one of these labels has more than one number. Okay, so what are we going to do about that? We're going to do this. We're going to leave A1 blank. Bob had 35, but when? When? He had it in March. Bob had 34, but when? He had it in April. So we're going to leave A1 blank. We've done that many times. We're going to put labels across the top to tell people what these numbers are. These are the March numbers. These are the April numbers. These are the May numbers. And we're going to put labels also in column A. These numbers are for Bob and these numbers for Alice. So it's very important to have labels in row 1. It's very important to have labels in column A. And we'll put the values underneath. All right, are you ready? We are going to make a chart that looks like this. Here's the numbers. Okay, we're on Sheet 3. Ready, go. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I made monthly sales. My title is monthly sales. Bob and Alice are up in the legend. March, April, and May are along the bottom. Let's take a look at what I made. I made this. I got Bob and Alice. I got March, April, May. A1 is blank. I have the grid lines. I'm supposed to have grid lines. Bob and Alice are in the legend. March, April, May, and it's called monthly sales. So I think mine looks pretty good. It's not perfect. It's okay. It's not, it's okay. It's not bad. So yours might turn out like that, but yours might, I don't know, yours might turn out like this, where March, April, and May are up here in the legend, and Bob and Alice are down here at the bottom, but it's not supposed to be that way. Bob and Alice are supposed to be up in the legend, and the months are supposed to be along the bottom. And if yours came out backwards, I have a little trick for you, especially those people who are working on their final exam and everything's messed up. They think, oh no, my whole thing's backwards. They'll just erase everything and retype the whole thing. Okay, don't do that. It's easy to switch back and forth, and let me show you how to do it if yours is backwards. You can switch the rows and the columns, and what I mean is this. Underneath Setup, it's not underneath Customize this time. It's underneath Setup. There's a little checkbox that says Switch Rows and Columns, and I want to show you what that looks like. So I'm over here, I'm going to click mine, and I'm going to edit because I got the three little dots. I'm not going to choose Customize this time. I'm going to stay under Setup. And if I scroll down very carefully down here, it says Switch Rows and Columns. And yours might be switched already. But I'm going to give it a click, and you can say, okay, now Bob and Alice are at the bottom, and the months are up in the legend. Now, if yours is backwards like this, you can just switch rows and columns. And if yours is already good, well, just leave it alone. But you should be able to, you should know that there is a switch rows and columns if you get it backwards for some crazy reason. If you put March, April, and May along the side and put Bob and Alice across the top, that's when yours is going to seem to be a little bit backwards. So you'll switch rows and columns. If you put the months along the side and the names across the top, you're going to get something like this. And don't worry, you can just switch rows and columns and just call it good. It's good. So use this little checkbox to make it go either which way you want. If you want it like that, leave it like that. If you want it like this, then you can go ahead and switch it. You should know about that. Let's go see what's next. Beehives were counted. Colusa County, Yolo County, Tehama County. There was 425 honeybee hives and 210 mining beehives. Oh, those mining bees, they will sting you. Watch out. In Yolo County, we had 616 honeybee hives and 197 mining beehives. Ouch. Tehama County, do you know where that is? It's in Northern California. It's very close to us, Tehama County. 515 beehives, honeybees, and 124 mining hives. We're going to make a chart using this spreadsheet. You already know how to make the columns wider. We got on this little line between the A and the B, and we just drug it around and made it just as wide as it needs to be. Okay, let's use this information. I want you to go make a chart. We are now going to be on sheet 4. So I'm going to go over here, sheet 4. I'm on sheet 4. I know I'm going to leave A1 blank, and I am going to go make this chart. Let's see what it's going to look like. It's going to end up looking like this. Hey, look, I changed the colors of the chart. You just double-click the column and you can change the color. Double-click a column and you can change the color. I want you to make a chart like this. Here are the numbers for you. And I'll leave those up for just a minute. You can write them down if you need to. Okay, so I'm working on my chart. I want my chart to look sort of like this, and I'll show you what I've come across so far. I don't know if you came across this as well. I have my chart. I guess it looks okay, but I want the honeybee hives not to be blue. So I'm going to get on this blue one. Doesn't matter which blue one you get on. I'm going to double-click this column right here, and it says you're on honeybee hives, and here's the fill color. I don't want to fill it in blue. I want to fill it in a different color. Maybe, I don't know. We'll choose one. Maybe this one. No, that's terrible. Let's try that one again. Maybe a little bit more yellowish. Maybe this one. That's okay. And then I'll double-click the red one down here, mining beehives. I want to go back to customize. I want to have the fill color be some sort of a brown color. I don't know. Maybe, do you think this one maybe? I don't remember what it is. Let's go look. Oh, it's kind of more reddish looking. It doesn't matter. You do the one you think is good. There. So to change the fill color, look, it's under series, but I can't remember that. I just double-click the column, and it brings me to where I need to go. Here's the fill color. So I want you to finish making up that. It's on sheet 4. When you're done, let's move on. Let's see what's next. We're going to change the series color now. We just learned how to do that. So I think we can do this by ourselves. June and July, here's the numbers. I'll leave it up there for just a moment. Write them down if you need to, or just jump back and forth, pause the video. The blue one has to be blue, the red one has to be red, the green one has to be green, and the purple one has to be purple, like this. Okay, we're on sheet 5. Let's go. Okay, if you're working on that, you might have run into some troubles. And let me give you a little advice here. Let's see what I made so far. Here's mine so far. I typed in all the information that I needed, but I got blue, red, green, and purple at the bottom, and June and July are up in the legend. I don't want that. I want the colors up in the legend, and June and July down on the bottom. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you switch them? That's right. We just learned how to do that, Mr. Lushenko. It's under setup, and you just switch the rows and the columns. I'm going to put the legend on the side. I don't know. I just like the legend on the right. Come on. But wait. This purple one is really green, and this green one is really yellow. That's terrible. How do you change the color? Double-click the color. This one is supposed to be fill color. No, it's supposed to be green. So I'll choose maybe this green. And then what about this one? It's got to be green. All right, green, I'll do it. Come on, I'll do it. And this one is supposed to be purple. So I double-click it. The fill color for this one is supposed to be purple. And the fill color for this one is supposed to be purple. But that didn't work too good either because look, it says green is yellow and purple is green. How can that be right? That's not right. We got to do something about that. So I go back to Customize. So I go to Series, and I want to make the green one green. So I find green, and I say, what color should it be? It should be green. So I'm going to choose green. Hey, look at that. And now I'm going to change the purple one. The purple dot is not supposed to be green. The purple dot is supposed to be purple. Hey, look at that. Much better. Am I supposed to have grid lines? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, grid lines. No title, though. Look at that. No title. That's kind of odd. Well, that's fine. I think mine looks pretty good. Let's go do the next one. Come on. Oh, I wanted to tell you a little bit about different kinds of charts. We already know about this. Bar charts go sideways. They're just like column charts, only they're going sideways. Bar are going sideways. A line chart looks like a line. An area chart looks like an area. Scatter chart. How do you change all those? Do you remember that? Yeah, that was under setup. Oh, here's a bar chart. It's a bar chart with a blue title, and it has yellow data labels. We are on sheet, I forgot what sheet we're on. We're on sheet number 6. We're on sheet number 6, and we're going to make Galt 1126, Lodi 1020, Reno 1315, and then we're going to make a bar chart. Orders submitted. It's blue. Ready? Go. Okay, I'll leave this here for a minute if you want to write it down or just pause the video and get the numbers. Okay, I hope you got yours done. Let's go look at mine. I tried to make mine. I'm on sheet number 6. I made it order submitted in blue. I got data labels. I have no grid lines. I think I'm pretty good. I probably should have made these letters a little bigger, but whatever. I think it's pretty good. Let's go see what's next. April has 2 numbers. May has 2 numbers, one for hammers, one for saws. June has 2 numbers, one for hammers, one for saws. We're going to make a chart that looks like this. Can you remember how to do that? I think you can. Here's the hint. Remember, A1 is blank. Okay, this is the last one we're going to do. We're on sheet 7. Oh my gosh, how long is this lesson going to be? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for a minute and I'll give you a chance to look it over. See if you can make this chart. Okay, that was going to be on sheet 7. And here's the little hint I made, because I made this thing. Let's take a look. I left A1 blank. Hammers are the first number and saws are the second number. You got to have titles across the top or else nobody's going to know what these numbers are. These are the hammers. These are the saws. This is April, May, and June. And so I made a bar chart. I left the grid lines in. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like this. And it looks like this. Okay, I like it. I like it. Well, there is one more, and I'm not going to make it, but I think you can do it. If you have time, I think you probably do. We're going to make an area chart. It's not a pie chart. It's not a bar chart. It's not a column chart. It's going to be an area chart. And see if you can make an area chart. We're going to make this on sheet number 8. And this will be our final one. So I'll just leave this for a moment while you can write it down or just pause the video. And we're going to make this on sheet number 8. It's the last one. Okay, that's going to be it for today. We are done for the day. Wow, that was a long one. But we learned a lot. We learned a lot. So when you get all those done, you should have 8 sheets. Or maybe you only did 7, you know. You probably got sick of doing these charts and you didn't make number 8. Yeah, we could say number 8 is maybe optional. What do you think about that? Optional? You probably already made it by now. That's okay. Well, that's it for part 2 of column charts.